Thank you. So I reopen this meeting at 6:50 p.m. to announce the panel's decisions. In relation to item 5.1, 14 Louisa Street, Mittagong, the panel decision is that the development application be refused for the following reasons. 1, the proposal will have an adverse impact on the heritage significance of the heritage conservation area and the adjacent heritage item. 2, the proposed design of the development does not demonstrate compatibility with the character of the local area. 3, the heritage statement is inadequate. 4, the proposed built form is poor quality design and the plans contain multiple inconsistencies. 5, the communal living room is inadequate for the number of living units and the communal living room does not address sole access requirements of the set. 6, the pattern of materials and colour palette are not defined. 7, both road frontages need to be defined by appropriate fencing and detailed landscape documentation. 8, hard surface car parking areas with nil setback to adjoining properties is an unsatisfactory outcome. The voting was unanimous and the reasons are as above. 5.2, proposed dual occupancy and subdivision at 37 Sir James Fairfax Circuit, Bowral. The panel decision was that the development application be approved in accordance with the conditions in the Council Officer's report, amended as follows. Condition 59 be amended to read that the occupation certificate must be a final occupation certificate. A new condition 7A, landscape plan. Prior to the issue of a construction certificate, a landscape plan is to be prepared and approved by Council's Manager of Development and Assessment, providing for tree planting on proposed lots 1 and 2, showing at least 2 trees achieving a minimum mature height of 5 metres within lot 2, at least 1 tree achieving a minimum mature height of 5 metres within lot 1, and the trees when planted shall be a minimum 20 litre pot size. Reasons. The panel notes that the proposal is permissible under the Wingecarribee LEP 2010 and generally complies with the Wingecarribee Development Control Plan. The panel is of the opinion that the proposal has acceptable amenity impacts on the neighbours in the neighbourhood. The panel notes that clause 1.9a of the LEP has the effect that the design guidelines applying to purchasers under the contracts for purchase of land in the estate are not matters to be taken into account in the determination of this development application. The voting was unanimous. The next item is 5.3, proposed dwelling house at 41 Hoddle Street, Robertson. The panel decision was that the development application be approved subject to the following amendments. Addition of the following condition 1A, deletion of elements at northern end of the site. The visitor parking, driveway crossing and other proposed works and structures on the northern end of the site fronting Hoddle Street shall be deleted. Any proposed development on that part of the site shall be subject to a separate application. Amend condition 15 as follows. Tree protection measures. Prior to any work commencing, all tree protection measures must be installed and implemented in accordance with the approved arboricultural impact assessment report provided by Green Earth Tree Consultancy. This must be supervised by a level 5 accredited arborist. Addition of condition 26A, tree protection during construction. During works, all tree protection measures in the approved arboricultural impact assessment report by Green Earth Tree Consulting shall be implemented. All excavation and trenching within the tree protection zone must be supervised by a level 5 accredited arborist. Reasons. The panel generally agrees with the Council Officer's report. The panel has imposed additional conditions to protect the significant tree on the adjoining site to the west and to ensure an appropriate assessment of any new work on the northern portion of the site. 5.4, section 4.55, modification for Centennial Vineyards. The panel decision was that the modification application be refused for the following reasons. 1, the panel is not satisfied that the development as proposed to be modified is substantially the same development as the development for which consent was originally granted. 2, the panel has taken into account the following matters under section 4.15 of the Environmental Planning and Assessment Act of relevance to the development, the subject of the modification application, and is not satisfied it is appropriate to grant approval to the application for the following reasons. A, the proposed use is prohibited in the E3 zone under Wingecarribee Local Environmental Plan 2010. B, the proposed use is subject to the provisions of clause 2.8 of the LEP, of which subclause 3B and 6 are of particular relevance, and the panel is not satisfied that the temporary use will not adversely impact upon adjoining land and the amenity of the neighbourhood, most particularly in terms of parking, traffic and noise. The additional impacts the development as modified will have on the adjoining land and the amenity of the neighbourhood. The voting was unanimous and the reasons are set out above. So that concludes the meeting. It's 6:55 p.m. Thank you.